Are you looking for a faster video? Well, today it's a live stream, and I know you're probably looking for a really nice and tidy, edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hello! Happy Wednesday. How's it going? God, I just hate the lighting over here so much. All right. Well, let me put this over here. We're going to be cutting out the Dawn jeans today. We talked a lot about fit on Saturday and just how to think about how to look at what the fabric is doing in your jeans fitting and any fitting as well, and kind of reacting to that rather than kind of focusing on what you think you need, or oh, I have a full tummy, so maybe I need a full tummy adjustment, you know, and you might need that, you know, that's fine. Those are really great starting points, but also just to kind of look at where the fabric's pulling and wrinkling and things like that. And so I set out to fit my Dawn jeans yesterday a little bit closer, and I was documenting the progress, and then I accidentally deleted one of my, well, both of my before photos. I got them confused. This is the thing about making muslins. I have so many right now because I started going down this rabbit hole. Anyway, long story short, I'm really sorry. I don't have my before and after pictures. So, but I do plan on doing a jeans fitting series. And I think the whole question is bodies. I need bodies. You know what I mean? Like I need, because I feel like there's a lot of videos out there, and a lot of them are really, really good. But what I really want is, I want you to see the before picture. There's a lot of those. And then the adjustments, there's a lot of those. But there's rarely an after picture of how those changes affected the fit, kind of proving that that worked or didn't work. Because there were a couple adjustments I did. I was like, well, that's what it's telling me to do, and I did it, and I was like, that didn't really work, and I feel like there was other issues at play. So that's what I want to do, and I'm trying to decide on how to go about that, because even if I make a dress form, the dress form is going to be one person, whether it's me or someone else or whatever, right? So I kind of want to have live pictures. So I'm going to start looking for some ways to do that. So it may take me a bit, but I really want it to have that after picture so you can kind of see what happened when you make the change, and also think about how to fit it and analyze it. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. So today pretty much focusing on cutting them out. Hello, Mrs. Necro. I did just start. You didn't get, yeah, I think the notifications don't always work. It's open book exam. All right, we won't help you out then. Hey Serena, hey Malin, hey Sharon. Yeah, hey Corey, welcome. It's nice to see you all. How was your weekend? Did you guys have a good weekend? I actually spent a lot of time in my garden. It was really great. Or my garden. I say garden, and I feel like that implies I have a vegetable garden when I don't. It's just I spend a lot of time in the yard. So I know, right? That was so disappointing. I had so many pictures of my butt and my crotch in there, and I was trying to use like the same fabric for the before picture and the same fabric for the after picture, so nothing would distort that what you saw, you know what I mean? And I ran out of the fabric, and so I had to kind of start over, and then I accidentally deleted those pictures when I was deleting the other ones, so I wouldn't get those confused. Yeah, and really what happened is, I mean, that happened, but what it is that now I'm really starting to dive down this rabbit hole of how to portray fitting jeans the best way, and also get more confident with myself, because I know how to fit me better than I know how to fit other things. And I've also been really analyzing what's going on up at the upper back of my waist there, like my above my butt and below my waist right there. And so I started getting distracted with that and kind of focusing on and kind of going, I wonder if this, and then I started kind of getting to that point where I was like, oh shoot, I'm not working on that fit aspect anymore, which is what we're talking about, like the crotch juncture there. I was looking at that and I kind of lost track of where I was at. So I was like, you know what? At this point, nothing's going to help of these samples, so I just need to do it properly, which is great, right? This is the kind of thing we want. We've always wanted this, and we talk about fit and everything. Why are my hands so prominent? Step away from the table. So it's good exercise to kind of get prepared to do that, right? So yeah, right, Serena? I think so too. Oh, nice, Sharon. You got to see your sister. Hi, Hannah. How's it going? And hello, Ray. Pate. Exactly. Cricket went to work today. You know, she works at a candy store, and I was like, hey, can I put in a licorice order? She goes, yeah. Can you text it to me? I'm really busy. I was like, yeah. She was like trying to get ready. And then I texted her later. I was like, actually, no, I don't want to place a licorice order or a sweets order. I am good. And she's like, why? She's all suspicious. I'm like, because I'm doing really good, and it's almost my birthday, and I always get spoiled with sweets on my birthday. So you forgot to buy. Oh no, Allison. You know, I've done that too, and went out and bought it the day of my stream. Been there. So I have this all sitting here because I wanted to show you that I mentioned this is one of the needle sharp boxes that I bought. That is the, there, I'm gonna move that. That's the, why did that just move? Oh, okay. I was wondering why that made the camera jiggle. That was my microphone shadow. So this was a needle sharp box that I bought, but it wasn't, she had this as part of a subscription box, but it's like she has extra boxes that you can buy, just like packaged projects basically. And my mom had given me a gift certificate for my birthday last year, and so when I redeemed it, I went for the Dawn Jeans box. And then she has like boxes on there where, like, say you want to just see like, well, what's this all about, and you can just order a box, or maybe you want to give a box to someone as a gift or something, whatever. Anyway, this was in my box. So I just thought I'd show you that because I've mentioned it before. So I got all the stuff, the fabric, the pattern. You get care instructions for every fabric that's in your box. And for this right here, it's for the sheer fusible interfacing. You get interfacing. This is Cone Mills mustard denim. And there's like care instructions, the content, the width, things like that. And then you get thread. And in this case, you also get top stitch thread. Sometimes she throws in these fun little like extras, like little labels and things. There's quite frequently when you do some of these like jeans boxes, there's things like this in there. You get all the hardware, so I have all the hardware I need. The button, the rivets, and I already tore into this little bag. I don't know why. I think I wanted to see what color they were because I couldn't remember. Get all in there. Oh no. You get needles as well. And this is the pocket lining. This is the reason why I'm showing you. I'm not going to be using this pocket lining, even though it's really cute. Look at that. It has the little mustard tree trunks to match my jeans. And in my Ash jeans, I got my Ash jeans from her as well, which actually was a Megan Nielsen pattern as well. And it came with flamingo pocket fabric. And I was like, I'm not a really big fan of flamingo prints, but that pocket fabric is so cute and really delights me every time I put those jeans on. Except that I should have washed the jeans a few more times before I made them, because the pocket fabric is a little grayish. But the dirty pink flamingos are really cute in there. So anyway, I'm using a pocket fabric I designed. I'm just using the samples. It's not the perfect stuff, but I'm going to be using my fabric. And then I'll just put this in my stash, which is I'm happy to have. It's really cute. So let's see. I'm going to put this in this bigger bag. And you get a candy snack too, which always goes like, I literally open the box with a candy snack. I'm such a sweet tooth hound, you guys. It's really bad. It's really bad, but it's really good. I have to admit, I've never used the needles, and if I could opt out for those, I would, just because then that would save her a little bit of money and fussiness, you know, of packaging these up, because that won't work in my industrial machine. But I have lots of little packages. Maybe someday I'll give them away to one of you guys. All right, so I'm gonna put that in my bin, and then I got my bin here of all the pattern pieces pulled out. They're flyaway pattern pieces, so I had to keep them kind of corralled in here. Alright, so I'm going to put this aside, even though it's really cute. I pre-washed it. At least I did that, right? I'm a compulsive folder. Yeah, Mrs. Necro, I know. And you know, it's a good thing to ask for maybe for like a special occasion, like a gift certificate, because there's all different prices. And that was kind of nice. Then my mom wasn't picking out my box for me. Hey, Ursula. Hi, Livy. Oh, it's Needle Sharp. I'm not sponsored by her or anything, but when I started my stream, I bought myself a year subscription to that, and that was great for me to have projects all ready to go. And so the reason also I bring this up is because you guys have actually mentioned this. If you're nervous about buying fabrics for garments and you're just not sure, I really want to make that garment, but I'm not sure about the fabric, and she happens to have a garment that you're wanting to do, she's so good at picking out fabric, the right fabric for the right project. And there's usually 3 options per project, and then she has three price ranges and a curvy box. And sometimes there's curvy options in those boxes, and sometimes yeah, it's kind of, you know, there's lots of options. There's at least 12 monthly boxes though, I'm pretty sure. And then she has others already on her website. Yeah, so, and funny side story, when I asked, my mom said, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, oh shoot, what do I want? And I was like, oh, I'll ask for a gift certificate to Needle Sharp. I told Michael asked me, my husband, and then he conveyed it. She wants a Needle Sharp box. And so my mom got me a Needle Sharp, a box for sharps. Like if I took insulin or something. My mom's a nurse, so that was the first thing she thought of, and she was like, oh, okay. And then so she got that, and then she figured out what it was. But so I hilariously had this. I got it from, when I opened it on my birthday, I was like, I don't get it. It was pretty funny. Put you right there. Oops. And I'm tripping over, I got my Waywack order. I put it in a bag. Let's see, I have anything interesting in here for you guys? Let me see. I did get this, I haven't tried it out yet. I got more bobbins. I feel rich having all these bobbins. And another bobbin box, same thing. I've wanted another one of these for years. Oh, and I got some 1-inch braided elastic in gray. I like it, like it shows. It comes in all kinds of colors. Doesn't really matter, but I thought that was fun. It was the same price. Oh, I got another camera. Not from Waywack. That's not from Waywack either. I got a new arm for my mic and it doesn't work. It's really cool. And I got gray thread finally. So I have 5 combs because I only had 1. Where's the cool thing I got? And I got, this is pretty cool. So this hopefully is going to make it so that my industrial machine will do buttonholes, even though it doesn't do a zigzag stitch. I'm skeptical, but people are assuring me that it works. That's the only reason I use my home machine anymore, is the zigzag. So I got some lighter weight needles for my industrial and some for my serger that I'm going to sell. But I got these cool little overall clasps. They're called bow tie. I hope they work. They're tiny though. Oh my goodness, these are so tiny. Well, these, I'm not sure I will need these. What do I do with my old needles? I just toss them in the trash. But when I had a needle sharp box, a sharps box, I did put them in there because we used to have a dog that was diabetic. For my rotary knives, I label the new box new, and then I have a box, and then this is getting pretty heavy and full, and once it's full, I'll tape it shut and throw it away. And unless I have a place to take sharp things, and they will take these, that's what I do to make sure that they don't open up in the garbage. Hey, Sydney. Are we your same people? So, what do you think of this? I mean, I guess, see, look at it. Little, where's the other end? Oh, here's the other, and then there's a, how did I miss that these were like 1/2 inch? And then there's the female. In a pill bottle. That's smart, Sydney. I like that. I never think about it too much because I put garbage in garbage. But when it comes to recycling, like say I have a broken glass, I don't necessarily always put that in my recycling bin, because I feel like with recycling bins, they get handled a lot by us, by other people, especially when we used to put our bin out on the street. There was a guy in the neighborhood who was really good at diverting a lot of that stuff in garbage and recycling bins to other places, whether it was because he got money back or whatever, or he would take a lot of it to Habitat for Humanity because people would put things in there that could be used there. He was really good at knowing, and when we moved, I actually flagged him down. I was like, hey, do you want to go through this pile here? He was like, yes. And he knew. He's like, oh, this place will take these things. This place will take these things. Like, it was really cool. But knowing he was going through my recycling bin, I stopped putting, like, if I had a broken glass, I'd put it in a paper bag and toss it in there, and I stopped doing that. Even though he had gloves on, I just was like, nervous. All right, my way whack order. My husband said, it's not just whack, it's way whack. I have to give him credit for that line, because he said it so offhandedly and kind of in the background in the kitchen while he was making dinner that I almost missed it. It was so funny. And one of my machines arrived yesterday. I walked right by it on the porch, didn't even see it. He's like, oh, did you see one of your machines arrived? I was like, no. Because remember how I told you, did I tell you guys that the former owners of the house have not been good about forwarding their packages in mail? And so it's so annoying. Like, I don't understand how they're ordering things and not realizing they're not getting them, because we get them and we can't just forward them because they're not U.S. mail. And lately we're getting all these orders from Chewy. And so I finally called them and I was like, hi, I don't know what to do with this package. FedEx dropped it off, and we're getting the former owner's packages and I don't know what to do with them. And she was like, oh, okay. And so she's like, all right, well, I don't have another address for them and I can't get a hold of them, so you're gonna have to return it and I'll just have someone pick it up. I was like, great. I put return to sender on the box. That's what she said to do. Put it on the porch. They came and picked it up on a Friday. That's when she said. And then 3 days later, it was sitting on our porch again. I was like, no, this thing is haunting us. And it said, they had put a new label on it saying return to shipper, and they made me the shipper because it was our old address. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this madness has got to stop. And so I ended up dropping it off a FedEx location, and I just said, here, this needs to go back. Now I got 2 more boxes. Literally the day after I finally sorted out that stupid box, there's 2 more on my porch from Chewy. Well, I understand that, Sydney, if it's like your forwarding expires in a year. These are packages. They're not missing these purchases, you know? It was really bad for the first 6 months. Oh man. And it's like, I'm happy to help, but it's such a pain. We live pretty rurally, and I have to drive into town, which is like a 25-minute drive to drop anything off. And it's not just that, right? I can't just take it somewhere and say, hey, send this back. They're going to be like, no, you need to pay for it. So the boomerang pack. Yeah, like literally, Malin, I told my husband, I was like, I took care of the Chewy box. She's like, you did? Awesome. I was like, yeah, because it's been sitting on our porch. And I just kind of hoped they would come and get it. And then I finally called, and she was like, yeah, I can't get a hold of the owners either, but I've left a message. You would think they would have gotten the message, listened to the message, and then said, oh, I better stop that. And then they ordered more? I'm over it. I'm just going to write return to sender and drop it off at the place, and I'm not even going to call again. Right, Allison? I don't know what it is. One's heavy, one's not. I can't tell. The other one was really heavy. I don't know what it is. And she said that it was a subscription. So they haven't gotten anything from them in 9 months. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Mrs. Necro. But you'd think that they would listen to their voicemails, right? Anyway. Whiny person problems. Okay. So this is what I'm going to use for my pockets, and these were some of the samples I tried of my, it has pockets, of course. It's really hard to see on camera because it's text. And I did a bunch of colors, and I had 2 styles, and then this one I made much bigger here, so it looks really busy on camera. But I have one pocket for this one here. And I'm just going to use this fabric because I love seeing it inside my pants. And then instead of, in the Megan Nielsen pattern, the Dawn jeans, you get a little leather patch pattern piece. I think I'm going to use this ribbon that I've never used. Ooh, did you just see my camera do that? Did my camera do that for you? What was that about? It knows I got a new camera over there. I'm just going to make a little patch on the back with this Liberty of London ribbon that cost me a fortune that I didn't use for the project I bought it for. Alright, so we have our fly extension. We have the other 2 fly pieces. The fly and what is this one? The button fly, the fly, and the extension. The waistband, which I've made some alterations to. The pocket bag, which I'm going to make a pocket stay with. And this is to remind me, this is from my Morgan jeans. You need the back pocket, you need the coin pocket if you're using it, and the pocket facing. So this is in lining. These are all in denim. This is that. And some of those are interfacing. All right. Tax documents. Yeah, the other really shifty thing is that we're getting their friends' mail, and someone's looking for him. So I don't think, and we don't even know who the friend is. We met him once when he came to pick up a last load of just things that have been around the property, and we were like, you can come get these. We don't need them. It's nice of you to leave them, but we're not going to use them. And old pots and things like that, and other things that we just didn't know what to do with, piping and stuff. And his friend helped them move that stuff, and now then we noticed we were getting his mail, and mail from places that are kind of important. We don't know how to contact him. We just have to say return to sender. So yeah, I can't believe we don't have. Yeah, I mean, I know recycling programs. It's because if your community can't afford to pay for places to pick it up and get rid of it, then yeah, it's all a business. And even if they say they recycle your things, it doesn't mean they actually are. They don't get enough of it. I hate all these little pieces. So let's get rid of this patch right here. I'm going to do this first and get this off my table. And we'll just cut a little chunk off. Maybe we'll center these flowers right here. I'm going to give myself a little extra seam allowance on each side. See, these threads are nuts on the back. Yay. Yeah, and we can just center these flowers on the back. Yeah, some of it I've gotten that way with our old house. We were dealing with that in our old house, and I had returned one thing to the DMV probably 8 times in the 5 years I were there. I was like, this person has still never lived here when we've lived here. I don't know it, and I don't know why they're using our address. But that I returned because I was like, I'm not going to just throw that away, you know. Put my pocket envelope there. All right, we have that. All right, so let me draft this stay. And the reason I'm doing a stay is really for like a tummy panel. Is there an It Has Pockets song? What? How do I not know about that? That's awesome. Really? Oh, that's awesome. Can they do that? Why am I getting rid of this? Oh yeah, I don't want this sticker. I wonder. It's only the 3rd episode. I was surprised. I feel like I'm kind of behind. And now I'm like, oh my god, there's only 3 episodes. Maybe I can catch up. Yeah, I don't blame you, Mrs. Necro. Yeah, and did I tell you guys the weird thing about our tenant in our last place? Like, so when we moved to this rural place, we didn't sell our house in town right away. And we rented it out. And then when she had to break her lease over the holidays, we were like, that's fine, you can break your lease. We weren't going to be jerks about it. Especially around the holidays, we were like, oh, you know, that was such a bummer for them. And when we went to the house to check it out after she'd been there, she'd only been there like 6 months, we found like license plates, our license plates, something else. Wait, my license. Oh, the dealer had sent me another key fob for my truck. Didn't end up being my truck. And oh yeah, and there was this envelope from the airport, like the Sacramento airport, and all was in there was, it felt like a driver's license, someone's driver's license, and it was addressed to someone, and the carrier had just accidentally taken it to our house because it was the same 4 numbers, but they put it, our street names were different, and it had been at our house for 4 or 5 months. So this person whose license was in this envelope at my house, why wouldn't the tenant just say wrong address, like wrong delivery address? So it's like all these like mail is so hard in our area after the fire. Like the mail system was already really stretched here. There's something going on with the bigger post office here. Like I think the management isn't that great. Because I really loved our post office in our old town and stuff. After the fire, it just got really bad. It was trying to get everybody's mail that had been displaced, like thousands and thousands of people who had been displaced, trying to reroute the mail. My parents were like, yeah, they get a picture of their email or their mail that's en route to them, and it would never show up. You know, so that kind of crazy stuff like that. And now that we live out here, our main post office isn't the one in the bigger town, and we get our stuff really fast now and everything arrives. So there's something going on, and they're just impacted. They're just so sorely impacted and probably understaffed. And then a lot of strange things happened last year in the postal system as far as staffing goes. I don't know what happened there, but you know, it's already under a lot of pressure and strain. So, oh, that's cool, Ursula. Good for you. Off Usenet. All right, Penny. Hi, Elena. All right. So here is the pocket bag. It's a little bright. Let's turn that down. Since we're doing the just some short pattern adjustments real quick here. Oh, there it is, way at the bottom. That's a little better, huh? Yeah, I just thought, like, what, there were a few things that this tenant was hanging on to that made me super sketched out. I was like, why are you holding on to this? Like, my key fob, like, it was obviously a key fob. You could feel it, and it was from the dealer. Like, why would you hold on to that? Why wouldn't you say, yo, can you tell the landlord that something arrived for them that they should have and they should pick it up? Like any of our mail. Like, why are you holding on to any of our mail? I don't get it. All you have to do is write forward and put it back in the mailbox. All right. I'm just going to trace off this piece. Mainly because I'm trying to preserve a lot of these pattern pieces just in case I do some more jeans videos. And I'm not really that good about preserving my pattern pieces. I probably will have to buy a few of them new. I shortened the waist a little bit in the front on my Dawn jeans. And I did shorten this to reflect that. All right, so we have our pocket. And where's the, can't see the fold line. So let's put the fold line on there, which is right here. All right, we'll get rid of this line here. Get it a little cleaner. Alright, so this pattern gets sewn at the pocket opening right here, right? Cut it out real quick. I don't usually cut it with my rotary knife, but we're living on the edge right now. Probably, especially during tax season, Allison, you might want to forward those on. Yeah, right, Elena? It's so annoying. It's just so much work. I'm just like, come on, manage your stuff, people. I think that I would totally do that, Malin. So yeah, you posted something in the Facebook group, but there's no photos. I thought the way you phrased it made it sound like we were looking at something and trying to help you decide, but maybe not. I think you should, I would totally start with doing that. If you really want to get like nitpicky techie about it, you can kind of figure out your percentage of stretch, right? And then figure out what percentage the difference in sizes is. And then go like by that. You size up your muslin because you're between sizes. Yeah, I think so. I think you're good. That stretch is so nice, right? All right, so, oh shoot, dang it. Ah. I cut out the pocket. This piece here stays. So are you guys interested in an unboxing stream for any sewing machine purchases? Or are you just like, nah, just set it up and let's get to sewing it projects? Or are you kind of curious like, oh, what comes in the box and how easy is it to get it from box to being set up? That's what I was thinking about doing, was going, oh, I'll do a from box to sewing type of thing, you know? So you can see how easy it is. Or not. Yeah, right, Malin? I think that's... See, and I thought that might help you get your answer, saying, like, if you really wanted to decide, you know... But if you're going for the, please say yes to this idea, I say yes to the idea. Go for it. Is there a thread on ready-to-wear double cover stitch? No. The short answer and the long answer is no. Cover stitch isn't like that. Hey Kathleen, how's it going? Kathleen, I was looking at a sewing video from like months ago, and I saw a comment that you made on there. It was kind of fun to recognize your name. And I saw Nancy's on another, and I was like, oh, I know those people. Hi. I can't remember what it was either. You would? Okay, cool. Double, what size? Okay, you know, I think it depends, Mrs. Necro. If you were doing like kids' clothes, I'd probably go with the 1/8 inch. But it does look kind of narrow on certain things. And some knits, I think 1/8 inch looks good. I think it just depends on how wide your hem is, because really what it is the 1/4 inch looks too big in a few areas. I did, and that's what I have right now. The cover stitch is sitting over there. I got a Juki. Yeah, Libby. You know, I find the easiest thing to do is to pick the straight stitching out. I find that if I just run my needle along the back side, that doesn't do it. You know, like up through the middle of all that stitching. It's just easier just to pull out the single stitches. Easier. For like jeans, oh, I think you should do the 1/4. Is it 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch are your options? What are your options? I think a 1/4 inch or slightly under would be what your eye is used to seeing and looks nice. And maybe you can measure some of the things in your closet and see what you like. I'll bet you have both or more. There's lots of. So the thing with a double needle and jeans, Mrs. Necro, is you can't turn corners with a double needle, because when you're going down, like say you have your 2 needles, right? And they're going along. When you get to the corner, you can't turn the corner because this needle needs to stop and this one needs to keep going. And then when it comes around, then they can keep going. Does that make sense? So if you're doing a pocket that's a curve, you can kind of get away with it. As long as that curve isn't too tight. The other thing I'll say is make sure it's a jeans double needle if you're using it on denim. I don't use those a lot because I'm not using a home machine, but that's what I would advise you first on, if that makes sense. Let's get the pencil that actually has a point. All right, so here is my pocket, right? So a lot of pocket stays will, this is how it goes, right? So there it is, sewn to my pocket. A lot of pocket stays will be 2 layers of fabric. So there'll be one pattern piece that goes to the front, and then the under pattern piece that goes all the way to the front. I have my own little method, and I'm really sorry if this is like too specific, but you don't have to do this. And the sewing it's not going to, if you're not doing a pocket stay, it's not going to affect your sewing of your jeans very much. But what I like is I like a single piece of fabric right here, because what I want is I want a nice smoother tummy panel right here, and I don't want to add 2 layers of fabric, because adding 2 layers of fabric, especially on a zipper fly, when you fold back the fly, it adds a lot of fabric there. So I like to do like a single layer of fabric, and I just make this double to here, stitch the stay to it, and then attach it there. So I just need to make this pocket a little bigger, looks like. What I probably should do is just redraft it. So let's see, we kind of want it to be like, we don't want our pocket too big. So I'm gonna put it to like right, I want it straighter too. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? I mean, I can just attach it to this piece here. The pocket seems good size. I don't want it to be too big over here, double fabric. So maybe I'll just use this pattern piece. And all I'm gonna draft is the stay, all right? That's all a little bit different. Yeah, right, for me, Barbara, especially like even underwear that are really loose, not loose, but like just on me, they create a little dent, and I just kind of want to smooth that out a little bit. And I also just like the idea of that, you know? Or what if you were using like a lighter color fabric pant? This might kind of cover up your underwear, because when your underwear is pressed up against your pants, then you see it worse. I just need to do it like this. So all I'm doing right now is lining up the pocket pattern piece to the opening of the hand here, which it's a little off because I was very cavalier in doing a few things. And I'm going to draw, I'm going to weight that pocket down, or you can use invisible tape as well. I'm going to draw the center front pocket, pant. I'm also going to draw the grain line on here. Why not? I have the notch right here. All right, so here's my center front. Here's the notch. Here's the fold of my pocket. And let's give ourselves a, what kind of seam allowance do we want? We really don't want much, because this isn't really a seam, but we're going to attach it to this fold here. So it's not really a seam where two pieces are coming together, sewing and turning. We're just attaching it to this. So really we just need like 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to go 3/8 of an inch past that. So now this is going to attach, and what you can do is overlock this edge and, you know, top stitch it down. You can even, then you don't even need seam allowance. You can just butt it up against there. You're just trying to anchor this to that in one, so you only have one layer from here to there. That's all. We're just attaching a piece of fabric to go between the pocket and the center front. And then I'm going to continue the shape of the pocket here like this. And, you know, we can even curve it if we want. You know, give it kind of a gentle curve like this. It'll probably be a little more invisible that way. And that's it. That's my pattern piece right there. So let's see, there's my green line. So I'm going to draw a faint one, and then I'm going to get it a little further in here. There we go. Let's get, okay. So here's my pocket stay. It's very easy to sew on. It's just kind of confusing on what I'm doing. So basically that's going to be inside my pant. It's optional. Does that make sense? VPL. What does VPL stand for? Very pronounced lines. Me too, Mrs. Necro. That's the thing, is like even my underwear pools right there. I think what happens at my back waist is that it goes out up here really quick in a short amount of time. And I just stopped wanting to spend a ton of time on getting that right on my Dawn jeans, because I just really want to spend more time on it in general. All right, this is in the Morgans. My Morgans fit pretty good considering I raised that rise on those like 2 or 3 inches. So this is the Dawn pocket stay, and let's give ourselves maybe another notch. I have this one here. I think that'll be okay. Visible panty line. Where do I attach the? I'm going to just put this up to the center front seam, Barbara. And then treat the whole front as usual. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible just in case anyone wants to do that. And then that way it also doesn't alter the sewing of the fly for anyone that wants to use this video for sewing the button fly. That's so true, Sydney. Oh, the Kikis, right. Yeah, right, Mrs. Necro? Exactly. Okay, let's get cutting. All right, so I left my fabric pretty unironed, except for the selvage edges. The fabric is really wide, 67 inches wide. 67 inches wide. Can I get my, oh my gosh. I have enough for 2 pairs of jeans. Dang. Look at that. I can get my jeans across. Have you ever seen that in your life? What the heck? That is so exciting. I have so much fabric. Look at this. I literally can, I could make 2 cropped pairs. Wow. I think, you know, she's pretty generous in the fabric boxes, but I think, you know, she allows for every size that the pattern she's mailing you. And I just see the selvage isn't really lined up well, so I'm going to line it up. And only one time that I barely have enough, and I think that that was the Rita shirt dress, but that dress is massive. Like, it's really long. I'm just adjusting this to be better on the grain, getting that selvage lined up there, making sure I don't have any torquing. There's a lot of character in this denim. Character. They're going to be rustic. Oh, the color is terrible on the camera. It looks better in person, I promise. I'm having some pattern piece management issues right now. If I knew the actual length that I wanted my jeans, I probably could have gotten 2 full pairs. Okay. I have a bunch of removable tape because I had these folded up. Oh shoot, I got a little nick in there. I had them folded up to cut into shorts so that when I was doing the fitting, oh man, the camera looks really bad. It really doesn't like yellows, does it? Yellows and what's the other color I see kind of it's struggling with? Is it greens? All right, let's get this Closer. Just making sure my grain line, that was when I made some of my changes here. So I put a wedge here, but I overlapped here. And I flattened it out a little bit here. And I kind of, then I kind of the last second added a little bit on the just along the side and the back. I don't really want these too tight. But I also kind of I ended up taking Libby's suggestion and doing my fit adjustments on the 18. And I like that because I wanted them kind of snug because you know how rigid or like a non-stretch denim getting stretches out over the course of the day, you know? So that was kind of a good compromise, you know. The waist was still pretty big, but through the belly and the butt was snug, except in the front it was a little loose, like low. All right, let's do it. I gave myself a new rotary with a new knife in it just in case, but this does seem to be okay. Let's not go crazy with the cutting so that we can put our front right next to it. This is where I didn't trim off the paper yet. I'm pretty excited to set up the new machine. Yeah. Marmalade. Hey, Ray. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ray. You got your kitty. I need to make that alert last longer so we can enjoy the kitty. You have the same cone mills, you think, Libby? We could be twins. What are you going to make yours in? Hi, Martina. How's it going? This is a cone mills denim, and mine says mustard yellow. I got it in a needle sharp box, Sydney. Yeah, no worries, Ray. I don't need timestamps, so don't think you need to do that. I mean, I guess it's nice on cutting, but I haven't been doing them on the cutting videos. Okay, let's, I have my knee marked here, but I don't on the other side. I think I forgot to transfer that notch over here, but that's the one I really want. This was just my pocket placement. You're doing stuff too, huh? I was looking at your kitten website that you like, and man, they're so cute. Oh, the Half Moon 101s. That's right. Hey, Florentine, how's it going? Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, those look cute. That's by Half Moon Atelier, right? Oh, from LA Finch. Okay, Sydney. That's pretty cool. I've always wanted, like, once I started seeing this mustard yellow pop up from Blackbird. Yeah, exactly. Once I started seeing this pop up, I was like, I want mustard pants. And you know, my pinnacle top's gonna go so good with this. The one I made with the poppy print inset. Oh, ankle length for, ooh, Libby. Gosh, Libby, you're so much more chic than me. I'm like, I'm gonna go cropped and perky. But I don't like my ankles being cold, even though I love wearing cropped jeans. I have trouble, like the wide leg crop looks really cute, but I don't think this heavy of a denim would be a good choice. Yes, exactly, Sydney. That's why I want those. Yeah, I think they're fine. Yes, Ray, peer pressure. Yeah, I love this color so much. This is the color that I held up at a fabric store to a complete stranger because I've always wanted, like, for for a while there, it does look like marmalade on your screen, I bet. But in person, it's a little less sticky looking. You know, it's like a little less syrupy looking. Just going with the marmalade theme there. But I love it when there's cool fabrics and prints that come out in this color, and I really wanted this one print, and I held it up. I to a complete stranger. I was like, do you think I can get away with it? And she's like, no. I was like, ugh. And I know people are like, you should wear whatever you want, but you kind of know when you don't look like, it makes you look unwell. And I think that's kind of what I was verging on. I think flares have lasted a while though, don't you? So now I could flip this over upside down and go all the way up here, but I am feeling fabric rich right now. And I'm just going to stick with the exact same, you know, like if there was a nap on this fabric, you know. That's right, Allison. Unless I want to put Go Days in and go the flare route. Aw, Olivia, love that. I think the one thing I've learned about, since you and I kind of live in a similar, in the kind of the similar region, like we're pretty close to each other. I think I have to say I had a slight bias towards this area since I'd lived coastal for so long of my life, and I've loved living coastal. And I actually went, you know, I lived in the high desert for part of my teen years, not part of them, I mean for most of them. And I don't know, I was just kind of like, I did not like living in that area. It wasn't that, I just didn't like it. And I kind of had a bias towards inland because of that. I'm kind of fighting. You see this like little bit of wave I'm getting? I think that's because the selvage is pulling it in there. That's why you don't really want to include the selvage on things sometimes. But you know, the thing is, all of our food is grown out here. Like the world's food is grown here. And that's so cool. And California is so diverse. I just love all the different things we have here. All right. So on my front, what did I do? I did something here. Did I scoop this out a little bit? I scooped out my rise. I lowered the front rise a little bit, and I removed 1/4 of an inch along the side from the 18. Which is strange since the 16 was so tight on me, but the 18 and 20 were a little too big in certain areas. You know what I mean? Ooh, a floofy selvage. Am I dying to do something with those fabulous selvages? Are you gonna hate me for saying no? I think I just got a lot of fabric. You know? If you saw when we would do big cuts, like when we would you have the big machine out and we would cut everything, you know, sometimes we'd have like 100 layers. Often we'd have 100 layers or more. It was always around that much. And so, you know, you don't cut through the selvage, especially because even all 44-inch wide fabrics are not 44-inch wide fabrics. They vary. Sometimes like 2 to 3 or 4 inches across the width. And some of the, like, we would get 2 prints in that were the same exact print, but one color was dark and one color was really light, and the darker print would be a little bit narrower. You know that? And so, yeah, exactly, Libby. Exactly. It does not mean beaches and palm trees at all. Yeah, I could say a lot about that, actually. And first thing we would do, we would cut off the selvages to get the stack all flush. And we would have these long selvage lengths that were often like 16 feet. You know, like 10 to 16 feet long. That we would have these and there would be 100 of them on each side. and we just didn't have enough people to take it. Oh, that's cool, Corey. The thing about access to the ocean, though, I mean, I'm native. I've lived on the beach a few times. I've lived near it, on it, around it, close to it. Access is getting harder and harder. And the building that they're ceasing building on it, thankfully, because it's eroding. And there's a lot of weather, like we have fires here, but they have their own issues there. And it's expensive. It's ridiculously expensive. Okay, now we have all the rest of this to cut in this luxurious amount of fabric. I love living in Northern California. Living on the beach there, it was harder to do because of access. It was pretty tough to get to in certain areas. What can I do with these? All right, we have this. We have this. We have you. Maybe we want you here. You guys. You. And you guys are lining. All right. Pretty much everything in California is expensive, unfortunately, though. I think this is cutting it too close. I could make that work. If I were really, like, feeling worried about fabric, I would. But I kind of like to stay away from these edges that got really wrinkled. I had to iron this out. I ironed this in the selvage in certain spots. That's about it. Oh, yeah, exactly, Mrs. Necro. Oh, yeah. I will say, like Cricket was really lucky in how she grew up because we lived all over Humboldt County in the northern area, or northern part of it, and I would take her to the beach like once or twice a week because it was just like a few miles away, and access was really easy to do that, to like go and hang out at the beach. Oh wow, Allison, that's kind of nice, right? You're like, oh wait, I have something to do here. This is the coin pocket. I only need one of these, and I need two of these. This is the green. I think I'll do that. That's pretty much staying away from those wrinkles. Or do I do all these flies in here? Yeah, that uses it even better. That's what I'll do. Because I only need one of these. Okay. I can see the grain line on this denim, which is really nice. Makes it a lot easier. Let's put you down here. What's a ton? Wait. Yeah, that's so true, Mrs. Necro. I was hearing about the anniversary of the tornadoes, like 100 tornadoes that happened 10 years ago in like Tuscaloosa. It's like, those things scare me. I know most people feel that way about earthquakes, but I don't know. I guess maybe I'm used to earthquakes. I haven't felt one living here, honestly. Maybe like twice. They probably happen and I just don't feel them. But they were really bad in Humboldt because there was an epicenter near there. Okay, let's notch you in just a second. Can I get you up there? I don't want you near those wrinkles, so maybe not. I don't. It's time to retire that piece. I'm so fabric rich, and here I am like really nickel and diming my scraps, and I think it's because I'm so fabric rich. It's like, you know, the more money you have, like when you're a kid and you start saving a little, and then you get really good at it because you have a little nest egg, but as soon as you start spinning, it just goes. That's how I am. Hi, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Right, Corey? Oh, but access there is so complicated. It's so complicated. I lived on the beach in San Clemente before San Clemente became what it is now. I really loved it. But I grew up down there, so it was a lot different than in Southern California. That is, not in San Clemente. I grew up in Orange County. Can you tell? We are a nice break gang. We are also the gang for folks who might be taking a test right now or should be taking an open book exam and not looking at chat. There are some notches on this, so I'm going to notch it. There's one here at the top, but it's basically just you fold it in half. I don't really feel like you need a notch for that, but it's a nice reminder. Kind of, confirms what you're doing. This has all of our button markings on it. So we'll keep this piece with it and maybe we'll follow it along. Allison, wasn't it you that had made these and the button fly was a little bit much when you're sitting down? Did you follow the, curious if you followed the button markings that came with the pattern? I don't need this pattern piece. Here it is. When you have a small space, you manage your stuff. You're still doing it? Okay, I want you to get a good grade. You are graduating, right? Is it you? Ooh, would I like a skirt from the leftover? Oh, right, Kristen. That's how it was in Humboldt. We didn't get in the water. It wasn't bikini beaches. Which was my favorite kind of beach. I mean, I grew up on bikini beaches, you know? Meaning like you were out there sunning yourself and but in Humboldt it was more about looking for agates or kayaking. There's lagoons, and so they're which is kind of neat and kind of unique that you can be in a lagoon near the ocean breaking waves. That's so exciting, Mrs. Necro. All right, this piece, and we have our waistband. And so when I started focusing on my waist, what I found was my waist it's God, one of the photos I was like, why? My waist is so narrow in the back. I have a really full tummy, but my waist is pretty narrow across the back. And then my I have this really high butt and a low butt too. And I decided, you know what, I snipped down into my waistband along the back. Oh yeah, it's still on here. Look, I even looked at it on the dress form. Right here. I snipped it when I was wearing them right there, but then I put it on the dress form to see, and I snipped down, and it just made this just a little 1/4 inch here and here, right at this top edge. It stopped digging into me, and it was a little still tall, and I wanted to drop it further. I can't fit pants on the dress form. I just wanted to see what I thought when I did that, if I was crazy. Because look, I'm not even filling this up right here. It's not quite right, but she's not the perfect tool for pants fitting, but it still helps kind of get a second set of eyes when you want to look at your backside, Yeah, Kristen. Oh, yeah, tide pools. The buttonholes are pulling against the very top of the button shanks. Huh. And did you use... Oh, interesting, Allison. That's so interesting. Yeah, so that could be part of it, right? Oh, cool. Yeah, it doesn't look the right color on camera. It probably is the same. Oh, you made the Audrey jean jacket in this? Oh, that would be pretty cool. I've made that too. So anyway, you can't really see it, but here is the pattern piece. Here's the pattern. So I made little snips right here at the small of my back. I think my waistband could be narrower as well. I don't have much waist. I literally have like a few inches, you know? Look how high my skirt is. Terry! You're right on time. That's cool. You bought 10 meters. Ooh. You're set. I'm just dragging out all the little pieces, Terry. I didn't cut that out yet. Okay. Fine. All right, this. I have my yoke. I have this guy. Don't you hate cutting waistbands? It's interesting. I have feelings about cutting it on the length grain and on the cross grain. Do you guys have preferences? Have you noticed any preferences of like how you like to cut your waistbands? Do you like it length grain or cross grain? What do you mean, Sydney? Oh, this fabric. Oh, okay. I'm like, as opposed to what? Yeah, and that's how you get a perfect fit, right? The same fabric, same pattern over and over. The Leonora jean skirt. And I drafted this jean skirt from the Ginger Jeans. That was one of my favorite projects. You guys have like waistband preferences? Because I don't know. I think if I were to look at the fabric, you know, the stretch is about this, like the give. I think it's more stable going this way. It would take up a lot less fabric going this way. Right, Terry? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mrs. Necro. Yeah, so with this fabric, I don't notice a whole lot. Let's see. That's kind of a bit, to be honest. Let's see, if I were to grab about the same amount, would be right here. It actually stretches less on the cross grain. Maybe I'll put it on the cross grain. Can I fit it? No, snap. I can if I open it up. All right, well, we can get some of these pieces in here then. We'll get you here. We'll get you. And we only need one of you, so we'll put this and this right there. How do we like that? And then we'll put the yoke here. And then we'll cut our waistband. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm not a big fan of bias waistbands because they get a little too stretched out for me. I need something to kind of hold things together, meaning me. And I don't like things to slip off, especially stretch denim. Maybe in woven, like non-stretch, I think bias could be kind of nice and comfortable. But there's also the issue of torquing that you can kind of get. That is one thing I think with waistbands. There's no right and wrong. It's purely about preference and how it feels when you wear it. And then, you know, what's my backup plan if I don't like it on the length grain? I could take the waistband off and cut it on the, if I don't like it on the cross grain, I don't know what I just said, but I can always take the waistband off of the garment and put it on again, right? Yeah, that's kind of extreme, but it's better than sewing a whole new pair of jeans if I was unhappy with my waistband. And I am actually just the person to do something kind of crazy like that. I kind of revel in the fact that I'm, you know, conquering it. You know, like Up till now, you've been mastering me, pair of jeans, but now I'm going to be the master, you know? I'm going to take this waistband off. It's the little things that make us feel powerful, right? Oh, yeah, Barbara, that's a good one. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely interface mine. She used it in the seam. At the, like on the seam at the top. Yeah, that's an option for sure. I've seen that too, and I've also seen it used along the long edge of the inside waistband. They'll use twill tape there instead of binding, and then that way it gives it more stability. Oh, I'm a little bit off the fabric here, so let's slide this down. Are we still on grain? Well, we're kind of more on grain right here, like this. All right, there we go. All right, so once I'm done cutting this, I'm probably gonna go live almost immediately. I'll probably eat something real quick. I'm not too hungry, but I know I will get hungry. And then I'll do the unboxing of my cover stitch and we'll set it up. Oh yeah, I need a little time. I'll have to set up a camera for that too. So if anyone wants to join me for that, it'll be uploaded though. So if you're busy taking tests and stuff. Can you tell your test is stressing me out, Mrs. Necro? All right, this is I find these can be kind of confusing. So this is the little piece that gets sewn, that your palm of your hand slides in. It's this one right here on my pocket, right? So these notches are pretty helpful as long as they're not in similar places to each other, because it's easy to go like this or like this with this piece, you know? So I'll pin it on here, but just know that this is the little pocket facing piece can be a little confusing. It's really easy to turn it sideways by accident. Is it the end of the world if you sew it on your pant pocket like that? No, not at all, but you might, I think anything that kind of sows the seeds of doubt in your head that you're off track isn't good. It's not a big deal though. It's just a facing, it's just so that your pocket lining doesn't show. Oh yeah, I wonder if did Penny get to work on her placket? I don't want to pressure her. She may have needed a break after that. I don't blame her. You're not getting any kind of stitch. I don't believe you one bit. But if your husband's in the room right now, I totally believe you. You have such great willpower. You have enough machines and you know it. Winky face. That's good, Mrs. Necro. This is the coin pocket. I never put these on my pants. They kind of annoy me because I don't like them on stretch jeans, because there's something about this pocket. It's a little generous on women's for some reason, and it's just big enough that I'll think that's my real pocket, and I'll start putting my hand in there, and I get really frustrated. And a couple times I would start putting my phone in my pocket, and I would catch it in there, and then it would just fall on the ground. I used to have an invincible phone, and now I don't feel that way. So I don't put coin pockets, but I'm going to do it on this one since I haven't done one since one pair. I've done it one time on stream, so I'm going to do that. I'm not going to put both these notches. I'll just put the bottom one. As long as my hem finishes there, we're good, right? Coin pocket. Looks like scrap piece of fabric. And then we have this, which I have this piece, but that wrinkle kind of makes me nervous there. I love that I can see the grain line of this fabric. Usually you can't see it on denim because it's a twill weave, but this has a kind of a striations in the weave. I don't know if that's a real word for weaving, but Mrs. Necro, I looked up that person that you mentioned in one of those comments yesterday. Me and Mrs. Necro were talking back and forth in the comments section of one of the videos and about what YouTube suggests to us. And she said, YouTube apparently thinks I need tablet weaving. And you mentioned someone's name and I was like, okay, who is this person? Or I didn't know if it was a person or not either. Because the name was like Elvis Finchingfield. And so I was like, is this a musician or what? And so I had to look it up, and it was a woman who did tablet weaving. Yeah, Beverly, that's a good point. Right, Ray's going to hold you to that. You know it. But you know the thing is, Terry, what we're cheering you on no matter what. We're either your cohorts or your cheerleaders, right? And we're also good secret keepers. Oh, that's awesome, Mrs. Necro. I'm going to have to check it out. I don't really want to be suggested tablet weaving, though. I was thinking, my husband's gotten really into YouTube the last year. You know, having I'm putting my hair behind my ears and my glasses because my glasses are killing me. And he is always like watching cool RV videos or how to put parts on a tractor because now we're getting a small one and stuff like that. Or you know, lots of RV videos. And now woodworking as well. And so I was kind of jealous of him the other day, like in there in his YouTube rabbit hole. I was like, God, it must be nice to be suggested things relating to interests that are like surrounding your hobby. Because you guys know what I get? I get how to grow your YouTube channel, how to do the best thumbnail, what camera gear do you need? And you know what? I just don't want to watch those kinds of videos. Do I care about all that stuff? Absolutely. Is most of it over my head? Absolutely. But like, I love it when it'll be like a Fortnite video. Then I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. Come on, YouTube. I know I'm really fooling you, being almost 50 years old, a sewing content creator, and loving oldies music from the 40s. But keep up with me here, you know? Why did I just do that? Alright, here's my yoke. Really fun and really fiddly. We are, Terry. We got you. We got you. I was asking them, Terry, I don't think you were here. I need to make another. You know what? I have another account, Serena, but because for a while there, I didn't really want some of the folks I played with to find out who I was until I knew more about them, you know? And especially because some of them were kind of young, and I don't know. Look at my green line, man. Green line is all over the place on these now. And I had one, and I would forget to log into it. So then someone would like put, check out this really cool, whatever thing they did in their game. And they were like a friend of mine that I played with online. And I would watch their video and then I would like it or start commenting and then see my little so-so thing. I'm like, eep. It just got a little too dangerous. Yeah, yes. Well, yes, Miss Allison. If you guys ever want to see my analytics, I should do a video on that so you can see. And I feel bad. I've told people, and I even said this in the Love to Sew podcast, that you can't see who's watching on YouTube and you can on Twitch, and you actually can. because you can see who's watching right now. It's just not as obvious. Like, you guys can check. There's like a spot on the screen there that shows you. But, yeah. Yeah, Allison, and it's interesting because when I first started my channel, it was like 98% women over 50. And now that has changed drastically. I'm in like the 3 main age categories between 18 and 65. And then the men they're chipping away at your percentages, gals, and they're getting their own little amount in there too, which is really cool. So it's pretty much lots of different ages. All right. And I think YouTube is even starting to think about all different kinds of communities and making content and featuring content creators geared towards them, like trans and you know, the LGBTQ community. So, all right, get back to work, Elizabeth. Because they sent out a survey recently, and I couldn't click any of the boxes on it. I was like, I am not who you're targeting, but you keep reminding me, so I'll take your survey so you know I took it. And I don't know if they would break up the analytics based on that, but that'd be kind of interesting. That's right. Come for your own percentage. Chip away. So, speaking of menswear, like that segue, I want to sew all menswear in July, right? That's what I've wanted my annual tradition to be. I always make something, but I want the whole month. So, Wardrobe by Me has a lot of menswear patterns, and I want your votes on what you guys want. I think my husband will be like whatever on any of them. A lot of them aren't just, he just kind of wears he has his uniform already. And then there's thread theory. So I was thinking we could do a thread theory pattern that I haven't done before. Yeah. And I would love to feature another company. Maybe we could use the freesewing.org, one of those menswear patterns. So tell me what you guys want. I want to hear. Yeah, Terry, all July. Every week is menswear in July. There's probably some really cool sewing challenge happening in July that I'm missing out on every year, but that's my husband's birthday month, and so that's why I like doing it in that month. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, Mrs. Necro. I mean, watch that if you want to watch it, but yeah. I can't tell because, like, one of my girlfriends that I game with, who is, I think she's 26. She was last year, she was lamenting over the fact that she was like, I don't know why YouTube suggests these things to me and I think she's like, because she was complaining, she goes, I'm really susceptible to the ads like this. And it was some sort of jaw exercising thing. And I had never seen that ad before. And I was like, gosh, I don't get that. YouTube thinks I'm a 25-year-old male, and I get lots of I was getting lots of men's like product ads. And one time I was like, husband, what is this for? Like, I am not this person. And when she said that, I had never seen this jaw exercising thing, and she was just sick of seeing it. And I got that ad that night. And I thought that was really creepy because we were talking in a chat on PlayStation. And I was like, oh yeah, don't buy that. So. Medication ads. Right now, what's my current ad? I love the masterclass ones. I love the masterclass ones. I let those play. And I get those at the beginning of anytime I watch Chilled Cow, which is a online copyright-free music, and it's like lo-fi music. It's great background music. It's kind of generic but modern, and I can tune out the music while I work. It's great. But and it's called Chilled Cow. And there's a really beautiful, like, cartoon animation on the screen while it's on. And it's the same thing for hours. I don't watch the chat and I don't pay attention to that. But the master class is like this, like, 5-minute long ad. It's so good. I love those. The North Star hoodie from Love Notions. Okay, Libby. Getting the notepad out. That's a men's, right? Really, Beverly? Are you serious? I had to think about that because I was like, championing teens. That is definitely something I do. You're talking about that Friday sews. I don't know what to say about that. I haven't sewn anything by Love Notions too. Who's done the ones for Critical Role? Oh, Masterclass, yeah. Men's jacket, no specific pattern. Okay, what do you mean by men's jacket, Kristen? Do you mean like a blazer? You're talking like a suit jacket? Or are you talking like, because there is that Wardrobe by Me, like, cargo pocket jacket, which is pretty cool. I was looking at the cargo shorts. Okay, I'll check out Love Notions. I haven't checked out their patterns. If I have, I've forgotten. I was looking at the cargo shorts by Wardrobe by Me. I thought those would be pretty cool. I want more jacket info, what you're looking for, Kristen, so I can kind of look at that. And if you look at the Wardrobe by Me site and see the one I'm talking about, see if that's appealing to you. It'd be nice to do something that's knit, something that's woven, a bottom, a top, like a variety of things. Let's do a capsule wardrobe for your guy. And it's unisex? Okay, Martina. Ilford. Oh, the Ilford by Friday Pattern Company. That's true. No, more like a casual field jacket, like a cargo pocket. Oh, okay, cool, Kristen. Is Penguin and Pear like a blog? That's a cute name. Speaking of penguins, if anyone needs a game recommendation, I highly suggest It Takes Two. If anyone's been watching games, there's a lot of ads for it and a lot of people are streaming it, but it is freaking adorable and fun, and you have to have two people, and you can't do anything in the game without the help of the other person. But we just saw penguins in the game yesterday, and I was like, oh, we were like, penguins! I really recommend it. I have to say, like, some of it seems like it would be a little hard to do if you have mobility issues with your hands, because I struggle with some of the things. And maybe some little kid. It's not a little kid game. There is a little bit of cussing in it. And the story, the overarching story, I could do without, because it is a little heavy, because it is a couple that has at the very beginning decides they're going to get divorced, and the little girl's really sad, and so she has these little cartoon dolls of her parents, and she has this relationship book. And all of a sudden, the tears of this little girl turn the dolls, puts her parents into the dolls, and they have to do everything that this relationship book tells them to do. So the overarching story is a little bit like, really? We really have a game based on this? But it takes two, and this is this couple learning to more communicate with each other and collaborate. So it is pretty good for that, and I'm really enjoying it. And so is my friend who loves, like, Call of Duty. Like, he plays Call of Duty full time, And he's liking it. There's a little bit of platforming. It's really, really fun. The trunks. Are those the menswear underwear? I did make men's underwear last year. All right, you guys are talking menswear. Fine. I'll stop talking about video games. Oh, she's a YouTuber. Okay, Penguin and Pear. What? I gotta catch up. Victoria Jones men's shirt. All right, Victoria. And what do you have to say about those men's shirts? Are you liking them? Walden. Oh yeah, the Walden. I don't have a Seamwork membership anymore. Cool, Kristen. Yeah, I think that cargo jacket is pretty cool. The Cornell shirt. Okay, I appreciate unisex patterns. I like that, but I will say it does kind of mean that there's not going to be a lot of shaping. And I have feelings about that. Men's shorts with cargo pockets. Yeah, Kathleen, did you see those in the Wardrobe by Me site? They have some. I was thinking about those. Oh, really, Mrs. Necker? That's awesome. The Albion. Oh, is not the... Was it you that said the Wald? Okay, the Albion, not the... It's a duffel coat. Okay, I'll write that down. I really do transfer these notes. The Comox. I can't say that. Yeah, so I did the men's trunks last year. Was that in August, you guys? I think in August I did the menswear, and my husband loves them, by the way, and they were really easy to sew. They were my most successful underwear sewing, I felt like. Yeah, I think the Wardrobe by Me men's patterns are all very normal, everyday pieces of clothing that you would wear. You know? Oh, okay. The Cornell shirt. I didn't write that. Oh, yeah, okay. It has plackets, so it has something interesting to sew, which I like. And then let me write those comics. I can't say that. We gotta learn how to say that before I am streaming it. Okay, cool. My husband is pretty slender, so that's also something to take into consideration. He doesn't like polos, but I wouldn't mind sewing one. But I honestly think like sewing a polo shirt is pretty rare because it's not as easy to get a hold of the polo collar. Yeah, and that pattern is really good, Sharon. It's by the Pinup Girls. And so that really threw me off. I found it on the Bra Builders website when I was looking at getting all my supplies. And when I saw that on there, I was like, oh, this is what I want. And I got some bamboo knit from Hearts Fabric. And they feel just like the men's underwear that are kind of that slinky material, nice and cool, very stretchy. And they had some really good prints for guys. And so I got a yarn-dyed green and white stripe. It was kind of heathered. So it's got like a forest green with like a narrow white stripe. And then I got one that was a heather gray with a black geometric print. And he likes them. He wears them. They're always in the laundry. And I'm surprised because I used just braided elastic, which I thought might be a little scratchy, but he's never complained about it. And he's really honest with me about that stuff because he knows I want to know. And he also knows I'll keep making it if I don't know to not make it, you know. And like I said, he's pretty slender and slight, so he has his own fitting, you know, things we deal with. Yeah, right, Sutter? Exactly. Nice to see you too. I haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, I think that's a great way to put that. I almost said something to the effect of, and let's be honest, you could probably find them pretty cheap. So it's kind of like making your own t-shirts. I do, because I find the knit you buy at the stores just, it doesn't last, and my tables always scratch. These don't. I have a nice smooth edge now. But yeah, I think it's a good point. Yeah, the bamboo knit. It was the way to go, and I got like I think 2 pairs. Oh, I have that fabric still. I can show you. I just saw it. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, so I got this and this. I really liked them. Yeah, and they're super bouncy. Very bouncy. All right, so let's cut my pockets out. I'm gonna get one in this mustard. So yeah, you can't really see it, but in my left hand over here, you see it's green, and then it turns to mustard, and then it goes to pink. Because I was trying out all the colors. I want to make sure they were what I wanted. So we'll do one mustard, and I can do my other one in this mustard here, but this one isn't the right scale right here. You can even creep into the green without even getting green on it. Yeah, I thought that was a good fabric for those, and they feel just like some of the ones he's bought before. I think when you're sewing for anybody else, you're kind of trying to find something that is very familiar to them. They're a little nervous that, oh, what if I don't like what they make for me and I don't wear it, right? So I think getting something that you know they're probably going to find familiar, and fabric is probably the best place to do that. But you can't always find the fabric you're looking for, you know? I just flipped my pocket over, so I have, you know, one left and a right. This print here, if you saw it on Spoonflower, it's bigger now. It's the same height as these letters here, but it has spacing around it. I'll get more in soon. The accurate stuff. But it says the same thing. It's just very, very tiny. The cargo short, I'm sorry I don't know the name of it, but it's on the Wardrobe by Me site, and there's a men's section. And all the men's patterns fit on one page, but there's quite a few. Yeah, I bet that it would be really busy, Sutter. So busy. All right, we need our pocket stay. I'm so paranoid when I get itchy now. Alright, so what if this one, I think this one I can get all the way. A few hearts. The fly is going to cover up the edge. I didn't get any presser feet, Terry. I got a buttonhole attachment. Do you mean for my industrial? Not yet. I feel like I stopped because I think I was waiting. Well, I'm not sure what I want. Where did I land on that? Because I'm fully planning to get some. This is my center front, so I only have this notch here. But let's I don't really need to notch it because we can't notch the fold of this. Remember, it's going like this. This is actually going to work on the other one unless I put the pocket on the inside. Can't quite, I can kind of get this in here. And the fly will cover up this part here. So yeah, I got the buttonhole attachment. I'm trying to think, what do I want? I think I would like, I want that quick release thing you mentioned for the presser foot. I thought about a binding attachment, but then I couldn't find one that didn't need to remove the feed dogs. I found one, and one of you has, either you or Adina, I think it's Adina that has one where it has the folder on it. And so the one I had found, because I think it wasn't Waywack, it might have been Gold Star Tool had one, but you had to put it in pre-folded, and I'm not about that life. I don't want to pre-fold my binding. I wanted to do it. I don't feel like I don't see the point if it doesn't fold it for you. It is saving you a step, but in making it accurate, but I don't know. Yeah. Right, Allison? I know. Yeah, maybe we could make some more underwears that month, though. And maybe try the Thread Theory trunks. That would be good. Are you doing button front? What is that? But are you doing button front of Zipper Sergeant? Yours folds. Okay, Terry. I love that. It is a button fly. Oh, is Sergeant Saramy? That's funny. Usually it autocorrects, if you're in Word, it autocorrects it to Smarmy, which people who've known me think is accurate. Okay, where am I at? Because I want to talk buttonhole attachments. I mean, not buttonhole, but the binding attachment. Yeah, so yours does do that. And you don't have to remove the feed dogs. Yeah, where did you get yours? I had trouble. You guys made it sound so easy, and I had trouble trusting that it was doing what it said that. And I'm impulsive. Usually I'm like, oh, that looks good. Let's get it. I liked reading all about Adina's saga with her buttonhole attachment. So in case you guys don't know, oh, I need to do my interfacing. She bought that buttonhole that I just showed you. And then she happened to get like one of the only ones that was defective, and she bought it from Waywack, and they instantly replaced it, and they sent her a cookie, and they called her to see how it went. I thought, oh, that's some pretty good customer service. And you know, speaking of customer service, I ordered from them on Sunday. I got my shipping notification yesterday morning, and the package arrived yesterday. I was like, how is that possible? I don't expect people to be like Amazon, and when they are, I'm like, whoa, way to set the bar, man. Okay, this is my interfacing. I think I'm going to, I don't know, I always feel like I wish both sides of my waistband were interfaced, but it's such a like, oh, it's a lot of thickness. Oh, okay, you got it off eBay? All right. I've never been disappointed by anything on eBay, I have to say. I haven't shopped a ton on there, but in the Patreon Zoom yesterday, the gals in there were giving me some good feedback on selling my cover stitch, my current machine. I just don't want to have to ship it. Yeah, it's funny because now I live where I live. Everything gets here so much faster than when we lived in Chico. I'm telling you guys, something's up with that area. It's just so impacted. There's so many more people living there than were. Like suddenly, the town went from whatever it was, 88,000, and it grew 30,000 people in hours. You know? So, and they probably didn't get any extra infrastructure for that. So it's just really tough. The roads, there's more accidents, everything. Oh, really? Well, you heard what my husband said, Beverly. It's not just whack. It's way whack. He's a very funny guy, but, you know. That one is a little bit of a groan, but it's a good one. Oh, so Terry, I don't know if I finished saying what I was going to say to you earlier. I got my cover stitched sitting over there, and I was asking them if they wanted to do an unboxing or if I should just get it going. But they're interested in the unboxing, so I'm going to unbox it today. Get it set up on camera. I just need to eat a little bit and set up a camera for it. I love this interfacing, except I don't like how my table handles it. What do I save here? Like, could I get use from this? I have a little interfacing bin. All right, we are set. I didn't cut the carriers. What belt loops? I haven't cut belt loops yet. Let's see here. What do we got? Yeah, exactly, Terry. I saw those too. And I just don't think, like, I don't mind not hand binding, but like, you know, folding and turning it and doing it without the attachment. If I were doing it a lot, then yeah, I would definitely want that back. And I almost saved it off that machine I gave or sold recently. Let's see. This is all cross. I kind of want length grain. Do I have a length grain scrap? Ooh, yeah. That's the fold. Perfect. There is a pattern piece. I think it's still on the, yeah, here it is. It is cut. Where's my ruler? 1 3/8. Okay, so 1 3/8 by like 20 inches long. We'll put some button loops on this time. I sometimes skip them because I don't usually use a belt anymore. Mainly because when we moved, it disappeared. All my belts disappeared. I don't know what's up with that. I think my daughter borrowed a couple, and then my others got mixed in with my husband's, and I've just never figured out. My husband and I are about the same size. I'm bigger than him now, and so that has caused some confusion with some of the things we own. And before I had like a belt and I loved it, and then 2 or 3 years, maybe even 5 years later, he bought the exact same one inadvertently. And it was just probably one of those things. He was on a trip, and I think he needed it, and so he popped into a mall, picked it up, and I think it was from like the Gap of all places, which we didn't have. So it was so random that he went there. And I had lived near one. It was the only place I could find an all-leather belt once. So I picked one up. So we would get our belts confused. All right. Put everything away. Cool. We have all this fabric. Look at this. Yanta overalls. Ooh. I want some Yanta overalls in what I have left. That would be awesome. I would love that. Yeah, so that's my idea, Terry. I'll get it, like, pull it out of the box. I did undo the top because it was staples and I didn't want to have to do that here. But I haven't pulled anything else yet. So we'll pull it out and get it going and see what it takes. Let's see how fast it gets going, right? I think that that would be good. I sometimes like the belt to kind of cover up my lumps and bumps. Isn't that funny? But now that my jeans fit me better, I don't find I really need the belt as much. That's a good thing, right? Let's lay out our picture. You guys have to do this with me now. You have to be part of what it takes. Let's see. What do we want to put here? Where's the... Here it is. We'll put the... Flip it over so we can just put the yoke right here. Where's our cute little... Here it is. I need to start thinking about the pocket stitch. I never think about that before the stream, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have a plan. But the top stitching on this one, kind of, it matches. Stop doing that. All right, now I have to flip you over. Yeah. Yeah, long shirts and jackets, that's a good ploy as well. I think so many of them were just getting stretched out over the course of the day as well. Maybe I do need to narrow my waistband just so that fits my ribbon. Oof. This looks... Oh, look at that. Did you see that color change? Is that because I was on the screen? Probably, huh? We like to admire our work. We'll have this little pocket stay. I don't think that is going to happen though when I go to sew these. I think it's actually going to be this one with this one and that one with this one. Unless I don't want my pocket fabric, the print to show to the inside. And you know I do like that, so. And we have our button fly. We're ready, right? We got everything. Oodles of fly stuff. Yeah, that Liberty ribbon, right? I got that from Josephine Dry Goods in Portland a long time ago. I was literally like a country bumpkin come to the big city, and it'd been a while. I went there and I was like, oh my gosh, the world has progressed so much further than the last time I went into a fabric store that sold garment fabrics. Oh, that's a smart thing to do, Mrs. Necro. Yeah, right, Libby? But you know, Libby, what I was thinking was, wouldn't it, like, cream-colored thread look pretty cool? The ribbons, the belt loops. I think that would be kind of distracting, but since I don't wear a belt very often, it could. I'd have to back them, because look at the back. They could even be really wide belt loops. What if it was just one big one at the front? Or at the back? good. But we have pockets, back pockets. Dawn jeans tomorrow. What's the first sewing steps? What do we get to do tomorrow? I think I know, but let's see how they like to start. You would like the ribbon as belt loops? Would you leave them this width, you guys? I mean, we could check it out. Do I dare cut my ribbon up? So there'd be one like right here, right? Right in front of the pocket. One just behind the side seam and one at the center back. Yeah, but I could face it with something. I could even, I just feel like if I do it on the back pockets, it's too much across my butt. Let's see, what are our first steps? Are we doing the pockets? I bet we're doing the fronts with the fly. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we start with the button fly right off the bat. We aren't pulling any punches around here. And I need to have my pockets sewn first before I do that because of my pocket stay. So we'll assemble the fronts tomorrow. Do we add the hardware tomorrow? Oh, that's like, I like that idea, Libby. Right, the cream top stitching. Oh, I'd have to drive into town to get that. I just don't have it. I don't have anything that would work. I mean, I could use my regular thread. I just don't think it'll show up, you know? Has anyone ever put 2 threads through their needle? Worth a shot, right? What if I put 2 strands of thread through my machine? I'm gonna try it. Do we put the... Oh, I gotta do the buttonholes by tomorrow. Well, fine. Okay, fine. I gotta do my butt. Good thing we looked. Otherwise, I would have been like, oh, sorry, we're doing the backs. All right, so I'll do the buttonholes today. Ooh, I gotta do the string. I gotta do the try it on scrap for sure. All right, well, okay, here's the deal. I'm trying not to always do everything we think of because it's a lot right now. But what if we do, if we want to do the unboxing today, I don't think that's going to leave me room to do the buttonholes too. It could. So would you guys be okay with me starting with the backs tomorrow? We could do the backs and the pockets, and then I can do the buttonholes tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll be ready Saturday to do the button fly and the waistband and the finishing. Does that work for you guys? I might be able to get the buttonholes done today, you know. You've done 2 threads? Yeah, I've done that too, Libby. But I don't think I've done it with my industrial. So, and I know it works on a home machine because that's how you thread it for using a double needle. You just put the 2 threads through. A single needle with 2. Really, Barbara? Oh, that's so intriguing. With 2 eyes. Oh my God, what a nightmare. All right, so where did we land on ribbon button belt loops? It's your show, lady. We're just here to watch. Yeah, but if you don't want to watch, I have no show. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we'll do then. If I can get the buttonholes done today, because the great thing about something like this is you get your buttonholes done right off the bat, and then all you have left is your hardware at the end, your tack buttons. And tack buttons are very easy. So anyone not doing button flies because of the tack buttons, I have to say, of all of the hardware there is, the success rate with tack buttons is pretty amazing. There's less risk with those than any other hardware, in my opinion. Really, Barbara? And what are they designed for? Is it for, like, why? What's the marketing there? Is it to have 2 threads? Don't you have one more open stream day at some point? No, not right now. I don't have May planned. What are you saying no to, Libby? Without the ribbon? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put it on the back. I feel like what'll happen is I won't end up wearing a belt a lot, and then there'll be there. Yeah, I wonder. See, I think the 2 eyes, if I can't get 2 threads through the eye, that's, I think, where I'll get stuck. But if I'm using a denim needle, a bigger needle, I might have a bigger hole. Yeah, I think I'll just do it on the back like this, and that's it. We'll call it good. It looks better in person, too. All right, cool. All right, well, let me get going, and then I'll see you guys soon if you guys want for the unboxing. To maybe a mix, or if they're like, yeah, I'm going to try it. Doesn't work, it doesn't work. Right? And I'm excited about July Menswear Sewing Month, so maybe I'll put that out there. So I don't know if you saw in the community tab, which is along the top of the YouTube, a few days ago asked, all right, what do you guys think about me sewing a pattern without instructions? I can't remember who replied, but she had a good suggestion. When I saw that, I was like, oh, snap. And then she replied to me yesterday, and she was like, well, I finished it, so yeah, I want you to do this one. Which makes me think that it might be a little tricky. With I'm going to sew it live with no instructions. And hopefully she can coach me. It's got kind of a sailor collar. And when I looked at that, I was like, okay, I know how. I've drafted sailor collars before, but they're loose. And this one's not loose. It's a part of the yoke, but it has a flange. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, no worries, Malin. I know. It's getting kind of late. You'll see the machine in action. That's enough, right? A top stitch. I don't have those with my industrial. I just have straight up needles. But that's true. A top stitch needle would have a bigger eye. Your new string trimmer. Wait, what's a string trimmer? You're going to go unbox your string trimmer. I need to know more about what a string. You trim strings with this thing. What is it? Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to eat my lunch. I'll set up a camera. We'll do the cover stitch unboxing. I hope it goes well. I'm so excited. I got a cover stitch machine. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, no worries, Sharon. Yeah, no worries, you guys. We'll do it a little later. Maybe the after work crowd can catch us. Oh, a weed eater. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, Mrs. Necro, you get that. Weed string trimmer. So basically, it's a string that trims rather than it's something that's trimming string. Bye, Ursula. All right. See you guys soon, okay? I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for joining on the Dawn Jeans. This was awesome. See you guys in a little bit.